what is growing on? So this video is going to be a garden update video, but I know I'm going to get a ton of questions about how we did with Hurricane Ian, and I have to say we dodged a bullet here in Tampa. I've been working in Sarasota the last week. My next two job sites were really affected. They got pretty messed up. They had water problems. They couldn't get out of their house. They still have no power. I've actually been doing cleanup work in Sarasota the last week, and I was kind of just blown away by the mess. Site very similar to mine that we did an install on in Sarasota. They had about 120 mile-an-hour winds and just unreal damage, unreal mess. Luckily, most of the houses are okay and structures unless a tree landed on it, but it was no lack of a mess. Now here we're thinking we're in the 60 to 75 mile-an-hour winds. I had a big mess. We cleaned it up in probably about 10 hours with 3 guys, mostly limbs, debris. I did have 2 trees come down. One big one came down actually from the neighbor's yard over here, took the fence down, kind of beat up this section of Alphonse Carr bamboo, and you guys could see the stump. I bet you this tree probably weighed 30,000 pounds. And like I said, those 60 mile-an-hour winds took it down, and you could see what's left of the stump over there. We got a big fire pile and then some brush that's still left. I mean, I haven't cleaned everything up, but we got most of it. I did have some plants in this area get smushed. That tree came to almost about here. I think there was even some we had to throw away, but we dodged a bullet. We lucked out with the storm. I'm ready to show you guys the garden, what's growing on out there. I'm gonna get Nick on here. Let's head out to the market garden. Stay tuned. Guess I can give you guys a quick meat bird update. We do have a second batch of the Freedom Rangers going. I bought 50 birds originally. Tell you guys that I had those in the barn in a box with light. Long story short, overnight one night I lost 20 birds. We're thinking it was a raccoon or a rat. No signs of them whatsoever. Those guys did some damage really quick, but this weekend we're gonna be harvesting and processing these meat birds that are in here. Those are going in the freezer. Probably gonna process them whole, not break them down, clean them, bag them, seal them. Not something that I typically video, so I'm just letting you guys know. Next round of meat birds is coming here soon, and let's check out this garden and see what's growing on. So I'd say the garden's about 80% of the way planted out now. Nick had started all the way over here on the east side of the garden, and he's working his way towards the west. The rows that you don't see much coming up in, we're just starting to get some carrots, and Nick thinks that potentially, even with the carrots, some of the seed might have been old. It's not coming up that great. We're probably going to reseed the carrot rows. But there's a lot of, I think there's bok choy, there's basils, there's salanovas in here. I think I'm seeing some kales. Nick's supposed to be out here in a minute. This is what we've been doing for a temporary spot for our trays and our new starts. My goal is to get this mulch pile out of here. Continue the bamboo that I have over here, kind of wrapping around to the driveway, and probably put a small hoop house in this area, keeping everything in close range to the garden, because we've already talked about expanding further that way, also expanding at the other property. We have a fence around this to keep the dogs out mostly. We haven't even had to turn it on. They've stayed out. They're not jumping over it. So far, so good. And I think this row right here was seeded. Nothing in that row. That row was seeded. Nothing in that row. That row was seeded. And these 4 rows are still waiting to be planted, which will probably be happening really soon. More basil down here on this end. And that is it. So I can tell you that I heard from Nick. He's not super satisfied with how quickly things are growing, how good things look. It's our first year. We knew there was going to be some challenges. He thinks that potentially there's some nutrients locked up in the soil, or we had this uncovered for about a month before we planted and we just lost a lot of nutrients through the rain and just being exposed like that. So not sure. I'm sure it's going to get better with time. Oh, here he is. Oh, whoa. Don't you run away from me now. What's growing on over here, dude?
Moving the peas out.
Moving the peas out?
Yeah.
Ready to hear about some of the challenges maybe you've been having out here, what's growing on, what you planted. Kind of told them about the carrot and the salanovas and the basils, but...
Carrots was just poor germination because it was old seed. It was like 2 years old. Carrot normally doesn't last more than a year, 2 years. Everything else is just a little stunted just because we got a lot of rain right after we put the compost down. There's no organic matter in the soil before. It was pretty much just sand. So a lot of stuff either got tied up or it just leached out. So we just got to work with that. Now that the organic matter's down, it'll start holding nutrients a lot better. And yeah, just got to see what the compost does initially. It hasn't even been down, what, 4 months.
It's a short period of time, yeah. What else do we have planted out here? I see
lot.
some Swiss chard. What else? Want to run through the rows real quick? Tell us how wide and long they are for everybody. How wide are your beds? How wide are your paths?
Beds are 30 inches wide. Paths are 16. They're 50 feet long, and 3 feet on the walkways, or on the outside, the outer sides, okay. And 2 feet on the edge, I guess. Yeah. And cucumbers along the fence.
Some cukes over here. Okay.
So we got basil, 1 row of basil just to fill up the mini beds on either end. It's pak choi, salanova. This is one of the dud beds of carrots. We got some coming up, but I was gonna seed over top of it, but I think I'm gonna leave it and then put salanova in the patches just to use it up. I don't have any more of that variety, so I don't really want to mix the carrot seed. This is 3 different types of kohlrabi, another dud carrot bed, lacinato kale down the center with Swiss chard, or no, salanova on the edges, carrots. Same thing with the kale, but tatsoi on the edges, Swiss chard, red Russian kale, and 3 different types of spinach, 2 different types of green romaine, Yugoslavian red butterhead lettuce, and outrageous red romaine. Both of these are seeds that I saved in Washington.
Outrageous red?
Outrageous.
Outrageous.
Outrageous, okay. But with red in the word.
Outrageous.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was actually one of the first lettuce varieties grown in the space station.
Wow.
I love it. I've been saving seed from both of these for the last 6 years. Red Russian kale, sides of the beds aren't planted yet. Golden beets, broccoli, red beets, another type of broccoli. Just seeded this is Seaside Spinach, cabbage with Mizuna interplanted just to use up the space in the meantime. This one is red tabby spinach. I think Jim grows that one. Collard greens, carrots, nothing, carrots, nothing, carrots, nothing, 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 basil.
Testing your memory here this morning.
One more nothing and then basil.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I pulled in, you had a backpack sprayer on. You giving it a little extra love this morning?
Yeah, I mixed up some compost tea and gave everybody a little dose of that. Had to put in a little BT just because we got a little bit of caterpillar problems, but other than that.
Mostly on the cukes? Squashes?
Cukes are coming around.
Okay.
I think it was just the heat stress because I planted them pretty early. But once the nighttime temperatures, like you can see the old growth that was getting like decimated, like this is further down the plant, and then once they grew out of that stage, all the new stuff is perfect.
Looking pretty healthy.
Yeah, but I shot them anyways just because there's compost in it or some biology.
So this whole thing's going to rotate multiple times this season, huh?
Oh yeah, like in another, I'd say probably 2 weeks, that whole pak choi bed's going to be gone and replanted with something. But I don't even like to have a day in between an entire bed being harvested. So say that pak choi comes out today, by tonight I'd normally like to have it fully planted again, so there's never I'm not wasting time in it's not really a limited growing season here, but it's kind of.
Yeah. For these type of vegetables, for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.
You making update videos too, I hear?
Yeah, once I get settled in a little more, I want to try and do like a weekly update.
Weekly updates?
Yeah.
And you're on the gram a little more regularly, right?
Kind of, yeah, I used to be, but I'm trying to get back on everything. I spent a year not on it.
Nick's come out, he's back on the game. All right.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work, Nick.
All right.
Dude, what are we planting out over here?
Sugar snap peas.
Sugar snap peas. What kind of trays we got here?
This is a 72 stel wind strip. You can get them at Neversink Farm Tools. They're my favorite, honestly.
Okay. So this is where the magic starts?
This is where it starts, yep.
Okay.
Starts in the soil over there.
It starts over here. We're not going to even tell anybody what's in here, huh?
Not yet.
We can see a little bit of it. Magical?
Yeah, oh yeah. Definitely.
Top secret information?
Maybe.
How many more trays are we going to be starting this year?
Oh gosh, this is just the beginning. I don't even know.
What?
Like tons. We've probably already put out close to 100.
100 trays?
Yeah, just about. I filled the trays twice so far.
72, you said?
This is a 72. The other ones are 128s.
128s.
Yeah.
Whoa. The new ones you got are all 128?
Yeah.
All right. So this is Miss Willow. This is Nick's pup. Nick, she's an Australian Shepherd. And that is the big boy. Hey, Shadow. What are you doing, dude? They do really well in here with the animals. And this guy, he'll hardly give you any attention. He's too busy watching out what else is going on. He's a guard dog. A real deal farm dog. You're just a big lover, aren't you? Yeah, you like the camera, don't you? All right, Miss Willow. Hey, you want to come over and say hello? Come here, Shadow. Shadow, can I get some love? No? He doesn't even get excited about food. What is your deal, dude? Nick only feeds these guys like once a day. He said sometimes they'll even skip dinner, which is crazy. My dogs, on the other hand, are food nuts. Isn't that right, Mrs. Willow? Huh? Go get him. Oh, there's the beast. Hey, what do you think about that big dog? He's just moved in over here. Comes to work now, huh? Dude, what is that?
What?
You're supposed to be like from Washington, man.
I am. I lived in these.
What, you had a long sleeve shirt on?
Yeah.
You got cold?
Well, it's damp.
You're in Florida now. Oh yeah, that damp cold hits different, doesn't it?
Well, Washington's a damp cold.
Oh,
that's why
come
it's
on.
miserable.
100% humidity like here?
I mean, it doesn't get hot and humid, but it's cold and wet.
Cold and wet.
That's why the whole place is green.
Oh, hey, fresh water, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go, beast.
Microbiome.
Oh, that's how we keep her healthy. All right, so that is the garden update for you. I'm walking over here to get some shade. It is a little warm over there. Although we have had a really nice cool front here since Ian. The next morning it was like literally in the 60s. I think I saw 61 2 days ago. Kind of cold for Florida, especially for us Floridians that have been down here a while. Blood's thinned out. Kind of get used to the heat, and the cold becomes quite intense. I know a lot of people say Florida doesn't get cold, but we get freeze, we get frost, and our cold is really cold. It's like the humidity, it's just different. It hits the bones, it comes through you. I can tell you, compared to that dry cold, this moist cold is a lot colder. So don't be just laughing at me when I'm complaining about 61 degrees here. I did have a sweatshirt on this morning. Always have a hat on that bald head. I didn't have pants on or a jacket or anything crazy like that, but it is a little bit cool out in the morning. So I know a ton of you guys are probably wondering, when is Jim getting back? I get that message every day on Instagram, on Facebook. Jim will be back October 15th. I'll be back over there for that sweet potato roundup, follow-up video, and I'll definitely be going back on a regular basis after he gets here. So hope you guys enjoyed this garden update. I'll be making more garden updates here too, probably as regularly as I'm at Jim's house. Try to keep you guys in the loop on what we're harvesting, what we're planting, and just talking to you a little bit about what we're having success with and what we're failing with, because it's all about, you know, learning for us and getting better at this as we go and sharing that stuff with you. So hope you guys enjoyed this quick update video. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit that bell if you want to stay notified. Most importantly, guys, it's 2022. Start a garden, start a food forest, pound some dirt.